Peace, family. This week's video is lovingly dedicated in memory of Dr. Marcus Bolden, who was my fellow Notre Dame Black alumni. Dr. Bolden tragically lost his life over the weekend as he cared for patients in Indiana who had tested positive for COVID-19. I love you, my brother. I miss you, and I promise to always remember that I am my brother's keeper, and together we will rise. Wabruta salute. We are living through challenging and unprecedented times. While we continue to follow best practices for our physical health from the Center for Disease Control and World Health Organization, we also need to maintain our mental health. With as much uncertainty and confusion as there is, it's totally understandable that some folks may be experiencing heightened anxiety and feeling a little overwhelmed. With all of the ongoing updates, it makes sense that we may feel that a lot is outside of our control. So what's helpful is to acknowledge however it is that we're feeling and focus intentionally and deliberately on what is within our control. Social distancing is being talked about a lot right now, and for good reason, because social distancing is a public health concept aimed towards reducing the probability of contact between two or more people who are or may be carrying a highly contagious disease. Now, to be clear, just because you aren't exhibiting symptoms does not automatically mean you aren't carrying the virus. We need to be clear here though, because social distancing is not the same as social isolation. You can and you absolutely should remain in contact with your loved ones. In fact, we should actually begin to think about social distancing from home as an act of love and as an act of caring for others. This is about being able to say to ourselves, even though I may not be having symptoms, even though I may be at low risk, I care enough about others and their loved ones, and I don't want to endanger them. A second key component to maintaining our mental health is to do the things that we like and feel good about it. Intentionally engaging in self-care is just as much of a requirement right now as washing our hands. And also remember to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Thirdly, we can be mindful about everything that we're consuming, not just food and beverages, but also news and social media intake. Now more than ever, we really need to be aware of when to disengage and scroll past all that toxicity. Another key piece here is to call people, FaceTime, text, whatever it is that you do, and do it more regularly. Even consider reaching out to people who you haven't talked to in a while. As a fifth point, even if we can't go to the gym, it doesn't mean that we can't remain physically active. At this point in the United States in particular, we haven't been told to not go outside at all. So as long as we continue to engage in social distancing, meaning that we're staying at least 6 feet apart from people, we can go outside, we can get some fresh air, go for a walk, or even go for a run. Finally, 3 quick tips for the parents and guardians during this time. Number 1, please use this time at home to listen, to normalize, and validate the worries that are being expressed. Number 2, as possible, of course, monitor and limit how much news is being consumed. And finally, again, as possible, create a regular routine schedule with some structure, because that helps balance out all of the worries and everything throughout the day. While I can't predict the future, what I do know is that we will get through this together. I got you, you got me, and we got we. And we will continue to remember to love and be loved.